What's good, everybody, and welcome to the Terraria 1.1 experience. Y'all seem to really enjoy the last video, so I decided to continue the series on to Terraria 1.1, and I just want to say thank you guys for all the support on that video. Yeah, but anyway, I ain't gonna keep y'all waiting, so let's just jump right in. So of course I start off my adventure by creating my character, and yes, Bumperdink returns. He is in fact back, and he is still black, so you know, all is well. So I did what any person does when they start a new Terraria world, and start the deforestation process. Before I make any more comments, I just want to point out how tall the trees are. It is such a 1.1 thing to see. I don't know how to explain it, but you know, since it's the first version of Terraria I ever played, the nostalgia boner is quite raging right now. It's kind of incredible. Jokes about boners aside, I check the chest right under my spawn and find complete dog shit. With my luck, I'm not even surprised because Terraria hates me. Anyway, I start construction on my NPC village and I'm able to make an anvil with the iron I found in the chest, so you know, maybe it wasn't complete dog shit. Then I decide to explore the cavern right next to my house and I find an aglet in a chest, which is cool, I guess. I mean, it's something that helps. And for what it's worth, there is a demon altar located right under my house, so that'll provide a lot of convenience for me anyway, so that's pretty cool. I go explore the left side of my world and find a cavern with a nice vein of iron and also a life crystal, which is surprising because Terraria is usually not this nice to me. I'm getting worried. I go and continue to explore the left side of the world until I find a nice cave to hop right into, and immediately am greeted by another life crystal. This is probably the fastest I ever found 2 life crystals in a Terraria playthrough ever. It's gotta be. I continue going down this cave since my luck is high, and I find some silver, some iron, and even some gold, and on my first fucking night in this world, a blood moon rises. Of course my luck ran out as soon as I fucking got it. Since the blood moon rose, I decided to stay in the caves to stay away from all the monsters that want to touch me inappropriately as soon as I step foot on the surface. On the bright side, I found a classic 1.1 underground golden chest house, and these things used to generate fucking hugely. Like, these things were huge, and they're not like what they look like today in basic square boxes. They actually adapted to the generation around them, and I missed these a little bit. They were so cool. And since this was the first version I ever played, this was a very nostalgic moment for your boy. Also, the chest did have a enchanted boomerang in it, so that's pretty cool. Also, the hunter potion in 1.1 is also different because the enemies actually glow rather than just become visible. Like, they light up the environment around them instead of just being visible, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that was removed in 1.3 though. At some point, I end up accidentally drinking a gravitational potion and I start floating through the caves until I float straight into my death via a boulder. Back up at the surface, I decide to make more NPC housing with a nice, sweet, delectable igloo furnace. Then I build a storage room to store all of my items. At night, I start construction on a elevator that will be essential to getting all of my sweet minerals from the caves. While doing that, I encountered a golden chest which housed yet another fucking enchanted boomerang, which, thank you Terraria, I really needed another one of those. But it did also have a suspicious looking eye, so I guess it makes up for it. Right below that was a glowing mushroom biome, and that sounds pretty cool until you realize there was jack shit there, so you know, screw me, I guess. Below the glowing mushroom biome is some more silver ore and yet another golden chest which has a band of regen, which isn't half bad. Down deeper I find another golden chest which has a fucking angel statue in it. That's just fantastic. Eventually I find another glowing mushroom biome, and guess what? It doesn't have complete shit in it. It has gold and a life crystal, and my luck is back, baby. We're so fucking back. And just below the glowing mushroom biome is 2, count 'em, 2 golden chest rooms. Like I said, we are officially fucking back, baby. The first room I go in is the one with the long schlong, and it holds a angel statue. Okay, so what does the other one hold? Maybe something good? Oh, it's another fucking band of It's another fucking band of regeneration. After that little chest mishap, the next hour consisted of me spelunking for more ores, going up and going into the corruption to break an orb so I can get a musket so the arms dealer can move in, and then after that I build more NPC housing. After all that, I still find myself starving for loot, so I go to the underground jungle because typically when you want good loot, you go to the underground jungle. In the jungle shrine, I find some pharaoh claws, which is a pretty nice find. And as I was continuing to explore the underground jungle, a man-eater nibbled on my nutsack and killed me. Back at base, I decided to prepare for the Eye of Cthulhu, thinking it's going to be a cakewalk, and I promise a blood moon does not in fact spawn this time. So me being prepared with my ugly ass arena, I decide that it is time to now fight the Eye of Cthulhu, and the fight was just a cakewalk, even easier than in 1.0 because they downed the health of the Eye of Cthulhu by 200, and I don't know what it was just so much easier in this version. All I had to do to beat it was just use my shurikens over and over again until it fucking died. With the new demonite bars that I got from killing the Eye of Cthulhu, I decided to make a Light's Bane, which of course it has a terrible fucking modifier. That's just my luck. I am never going to use this sword ever. Immediately afterwards, I go to the underground jungle to go get some more loot and try to find some more life crystals. I found a golden chest midway through my adventure, and do I even have to say it? I don't have to say it. It had complete shit in it. Can I just comment on how many man-eaters the 1.1 underground jungle spawns? Like, look at that. Jesus Christ. That is complete death down there. I don't know how to deal with that. So instead of dealing with it, I go around. And surprise, another man-eater. It's just one though, so I can just go around it. And then right below that is a jungle shrine. But as to be expected, it has complete dog doo-doo in it. So, you know, I'm not even surprised. And then a man-eater just eats me, and now I'm fucking dead. You know, this is terrible. This is terrible. Once back at base, I dig down to the demon altar right under my base and craft a suspicious-looking eye so I can kill the Eye of Cthulhu once again so I can get some more sweet demonite bars so I can craft more shit. After slaying the Eye of Cthulhu for a second time, I use the demonite bars that I've gathered to make a demon bow and a new Light's Bane that doesn't have a shit modifier. Then I go into the mines to find some more loot, specifically life crystals, because I only have 160 HP and I'm gonna need more. I went spelunking for an hour and basically found nothing, but I did find a golden chest, so I wonder what oh, okay, you know, I'm not even gonna fucking say it. I'm not even gonna say anything. Me being upset with my very bad luck, I decide to commit not alive, but jumping into hell, but isn't it fucking ironic that I die on the very thing I was looking for? I can't, I have no words. Knowing that the life crystal's there, I make sure to go back down and get that. And then I proceed to die in the stupidest way possible. I'ma just let you watch it. This shit is so dumb. You piece of fucking shit! Of course, it just spawns on the block that I'm gonna jump on, and there's lava right behind it. Yeah, so that was pretty fantastic. Then I just say, screw it, I have enough health. So I go to the corruption biome to get some vile mushrooms and some rotten chunks so I can make worm food so I can spawn the Eater of Worlds. And when that was all done, I just straight up fight him right then and there. Unlike 1.0, I didn't have a hard time with the Eater of Worlds this time. All I did was just throw shurikens at him and drink the occasional health potion, and he died rather quickly. I did have an iron skin potion, so that helped a lot, but the fight wasn't really that hard. It was nice and easy. After defeating the Eater of Worlds, I collect all the loot and go home to make a nice, sweet nightmare pickaxe so I can go collect some sweet hellstone. So that's exactly what I did. I crafted an obsidian skin potion and go down to hell to mine some sweet hellstone. And then I come back to my base and realize hellstone stuff is really fucking expensive. So then I have to go back down to hell, mine more hellstone, come back up, then go back down again, and this process continued. It was so much. I don't know why hellstone stuff is so expensive in 1.1. I couldn't tell you. Oh, and the goblins showed up. They killed Jeffrey. Jeffrey, no! Jeffrey, no! Are you fucking serious? No, not Jeffrey! Shit! No. I mean, I was gonna kill Jeffrey when I threw his voodoo doll into the fucking lava, but damn. It still hurts, man. After I got done mopping up the goblin army, I had to go back to hell to mine more hellstone, and yes, that's how expensive fucking hellstone should. I have to make like a 4th trip down to hell to get more hellstone. That's how ludicrously expensive hellstone stuff is in 1.1. It's abominable. Also, in 1.1, exploring hell is a great way to get many life crystals because they just be laying around everywhere in there. So that's how I got most of my health in this playthrough. Also, yes, still need more damn hellstone. Decked out in full hellstone gear, I decided it is now time to go take down Skeletron. So I make a small arena, drink an iron skin and a regen potion, and start getting to work. The Skeletron boss fight hasn't really changed over the years. It's basically the same in 1.1 as it is in 1.4, unless you're playing expert mode. But in 1.1, we have no expert mode, so we were just fighting good old classic Skeletron. All I really had to do was just shoot him in the head with my Molten Fury, and dodge his attacks, and then eventually he just crumbled. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The boss fight wasn't hard at all. The dungeon from 1.1 isn't so much different. I mean, it doesn't have all the traps and the fake blocks like the modern dungeon does, but I mean, the basics of it haven't really changed. I find myself a golden key from a wooden chest, and I go to unlock my first golden chest. What do I get? Of course, it's the worst thing I could have possibly got for the first chest. Oh my god. Another golden chest. Maybe my luck is better. Okay, of course it's the same thing. Great. What I'm specifically looking for is the Muro Massive, because when combined with the Fiery Greatsword, the Blade of Grass, and the Light's Bane, you get the Knight's Edge, which is the most powerful sword pre-hard mode, and it does carry you a bit throughout hard mode until you get the Adamantite sword. I eventually die via fall damage. Before I go back into the dungeon to find the Muramasa, I decided to go to the underground jungle so I can find a heart crystal and some Hermes boots, because Hermes boots are essential and I don't have them yet. I eventually find both the things I was looking for, and then after that I go back to the dungeon to continue finding the Muramasa. I do eventually find the Muramasa, but I have to continue searching the dungeon because I need to find the Cobalt Shield as well, because that's also basically essential to me. I eventually got what I was looking for, and I went home. I eventually go looking for the Goblin Tinkerer, the fucker who steals all your cash and breaks your shit, but I still needed him for rocket boots. And I move him into my glorious base of operations. Just look how pretty it is. It's a fucking mess. It's so messy that I got tired of fucking looking at it, so it's renovation time, baby. By the end of it, it looked pretty fantastic. I call it the boot. Get it? Because it looks like a boot? Yeah, I'm so fucking funny. After the renovations, I set my eyes on defeating the Wall of Flesh, the big monster that will unlock hard mode if defeated. I bought a mini shark and a crap ton of bullets to prepare. I also built a big ass hell bridge, but I didn't even bother to record that because that shit was so tedious and boring. Being buffed by an iron skin, regen, and archery potion, I decide it is now time. I throw the voodoo doll into the lava, spawning the Wall of Flesh and also killing Luke. Sorry, Luke. And start blasting immediately at the Wall of Flesh. I take out most of the hungries with my Knight's Edge, and once I get rid of most of them, I step back and start unloading my mini shark onto him. Most of the fight consisted of me just shooting at him with my mini shark, and killing the occasional leech with my sword. And trust me, the fight wasn't even a challenge being prepared. I remember back in the 1.1 days, everybody said not to kill the Wall of Flesh using a mini shark, but it worked pretty well for me, so I guess they all just suck. By killing the Wall of Flesh, we unlocked hard mode, and also the Wall of Flesh dropped me a nice ranger emblem, and that's great because I'm coming for that mega shark. The first thing I do after killing the Wall of Flesh is going back to the surface and buying hollowed seeds from the Dryad so I can make my home base into a hollowed biome so I can be protected from the creepy corruption. Then I go to corruption to smash some demon altars and get the best trio: Cobalt, Mithril, and Adamantite. There was no Palladium, Orichalcum, or Titanium. Those were added in 1.2, so Cobalt, Mithril, and Adamantite were all you had to work with, which was fine. Now I have to play through the worst part of a Terraria playthrough, which is mine Cobalt, get the drill, mine Mithril, make the anvil, and make the drill, and also mine Adamantite, make the Adamantite forge, and make the armor. I did all of this mining in the underground jungle because the underground jungle didn't really have anything new in hard mode. That was added in 1.2, so everything in the underground jungle had low health like in pre-hard mode, so it was very easy to get all 3 ores. After about an hour of mining, I'm able to make the helmet and the greaves, but I still need the sword and the breastplate, so that more mining needs to be done. After a bit more spelunking for Adamantite, I am able to make the breastplate, and I am completely decked out in Adamantite gear. After getting fully decked out, I go into the underground hollowed so I can kill enemies to get souls of light so I can make angel wings. But before we do any of that, we need some more home renovation. As you can see, a tree grew in between my 2 houses, and it was pretty, so I made it an addition to my house. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I added a glass backdrop to the room, and it ended up looking pretty spectacular. I'm very proud of it. Look at this base. It is so... It's nice. It's a nice base. I like it. I also made a nice sizable arena to fight all 3 mech bosses on, just to be prepared, because I know if I don't build an arena, I'm going to get absolutely clapped. Then a blood moon starts, and then I immediately get the fuck into the caves because that guy right there will actually destroy all of your shit, and I do not feel like rebuilding all of this. So I just sit here alone in a cave, waiting out the blood moon. It got very lonely. After the blood moon, I decided it was now time to farm for souls of flight and also some feathers so I can finish making my wings. I needed to kill a bunch of wyverns to get 25 souls of flight. Killing wyverns in 1.1 was pretty easy because I think they are stupider than in the current version. I feel like in the current version they actually like track your movements very well and predict where you're gonna go. In this version they just kind of go around in a circle and take it, I guess. The only thing bad about 1.1 wyverns is that they only drop around 5 to 8 souls of flight, rather than in the current version they'll drop like 20, so instead of having to kill like 1 wyvern, I had to kill like 5. Before I finished making my wings, I decided to fight the Frost Legion because a present dropped a snow globe which spawns the Frost Legion, and that was pretty cool, so I decided to spawn it, and I played this during December. That's why, you know, Christmas presents were spawning and stuff. The Frost Legion was an absolute cakewalk because, I mean, I'm just him, I guess. Now, the Frost Legion gave me jack shit except for bunch of snow blocks in my inventory and also all around my damn base. So thank you, Frost Legion. I really appreciate that. I'm pretty sure the Frost Legion was added in this very version that I'm playing. So there's a fun fact for you. Merry Christmas. Defeating the Frost Legion caused Santa Claus to move in, and I thought he was going to sell me a Christmas tree so I can, you know, festivize my base, but I was very upset to find out that he didn't. What? They don't sell me the Christmas trees? Are you fucking kidding me? We're just gonna have some red lights everywhere. And we're back to killing wyverns so I can get some wings. And after a little bit, I successfully make the wings. With complete intention to fight the destroyer first, I go to the underground corruption so I can farm some souls of night and also rotten chunks so I can craft the summon item to fight him. Back in the 1.1 days of Terraria, fighting the destroyer with the magical harp was the meta. Now, I don't know if you know, but the magical harp is a mage weapon, and yeah, I have no stars, so that's out of the damn question. But Nova, why don't you just go collect some stars? And to that I say, shh, I do things my way around here. And I'm also fucking lazy, shut up. Well, what strategy are you gonna use? Well, I'm glad you asked. I am gonna poke the destroyer with the spear. Trust me, I googled it, it works. Alright, I'm buffed up, let's try it, let's go. Alright, it's going very well. Oh shit, okay. Well, another strategy guide said to use the Tao of Pow. Let's see what we need to craft. Oh, a dark shard and a light shard. Yeah, our brother don't got time for that, let's do it again. But Nova, couldn't you just fight another boss first? No, I can't. Thanks for asking. I need the Mega Shark ASAP. So I fought the destroyer again. And I'm telling you the truth when I tell you that the fucking adamantite spear shredded the destroyer. I didn't even change a single part of my strategy. I just, played better, I guess. It was also making a nice sound. Here, take a listen. That is the sound of the pure destruction of the destroyer, my friend. I struggled with that sentence, not gonna lie. I mean, the fight took a long time, but I absolutely dog-walked that fucking destroyer back to the grave. Also, I got Souls of Might, so you know what that means. Woo! Mega Shark time! Let's go, baby! First, I had to go to the ocean to collect some shark fins. Didn't really take that long. And I also had to sell my soul for some illegal gun parts. 75 damn coins. Holy shit. I had to sell a lot of my property to get the coinage so I'll be able to buy the illegal gun parts. Then I was able to craft the Mega Shark. With this magnitude of weaponry that I held in my hands, everything that stood in front of me was officially cooked. I wasn't even necessarily prepared for the twins. With the Mega Shark, I felt like I had the fattest schlong around, so I just fought him. I make sure to focus on the Spasmatism first because he's the one who has killed me the most and is obviously the strongest, so I make sure he turns first and dies. After a little bit of the shenanigans, Spasmatism perishes, and all that's left is his weaker younger brother, Retinazer. The Retinazer has never given me problems in the past, so at this moment I knew the twins were officially cooked because I was not dying to this guy, I promise. Also, fighting the twins hasn't changed since 1.1. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same as in 1.4. I didn't even use a single health potion throughout the entire fight, because that's how goated the Mega Shark is. I usually have trouble with this fight without the Mega Shark, so it single-handedly carries me throughout this fight. Anyway, I defeat the twins and immediately set my eyes on defeating the last boss of this playthrough, Skeletron Prime, who is the easiest, by the way. Immediately the next night, I decided it's time to fight him, and I mean, it went as well as the other two mech bosses. I fucking dog-walked this one too. Now, I don't think any of the mech bosses have changed since 1.1, because after fighting all three of them, they felt very similar in how I would fight them in 1.4 today, so that's an interesting fact that you all now know. And about halfway through the night, I killed Skeletron, and that was my adventure. Now, I could have grinded it out to get hollowed gear, but, no. And that was Terraria 1.1. I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and, you know, I really appreciate all the support and all the kind comments I got on my last video. I appreciate every kind word that y'all give to me. I just want to thank you for that, and just thank you for watching. I worked really hard on this video. I really appreciate it. I'm currently making the Terraria 1.2 experience. That'll be out maybe in January, maybe early February. I'm not sure, but thank you all so much for watching. God bless, and have a great day.